Alright, so let's look at how to change rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates. Um, this one here, this shows you how to go from polar to rectangular. I've got videos on that, you can check those out. But the one that we're doing in this video is rectangular to polar. So we'll use the fact that r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared, and tangent theta is equal to y over x. Alright, so that's what we're going to use. And just remember, r and theta, that's the polar coordinate. X and y, that's the rectangular coordinate. And what I'm going to do is I've got several examples, and each example will have its own video because they might take a little while to do on some of them. But here's the examples. So this will be video 1, example 1, example 2, example 3, 4, and then 5. So what I've done is each point, I've done a point in each quadrant, and then this video here, these points lie on the x and y axis, so you can check those out too. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so let's look at example 5. We want to convert from rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates. Alright, so we need r and we need theta, and we know that r squared is equal to the square root of x squared plus y squared. So we know r is x squared plus y squared, the square root of that, and we're gonna find the positive r. Alright, so r is the square root of negative 2 square root of 3 squared plus 2 squared. So r is the square root. Okay, so we square each one of these, so we get 2 squared is 4, square root of 3 squared is 3, so we've got 4 times 3 is 12, plus, and then 2 squared is 4, and so r is the square root of 16, which is 4. So there's r. Now we need to find theta. Well, let's go ahead and sketch this. So if we plot the point, we go negative 2 square root of 3, so that means we go to the left, and then y is positive 2, so we go up, and so our point is in the second quadrant. And I don't really care exactly where the point needs to go, making the marks here and everything. All I care about is what quadrant is it in. Okay, and so this is theta, and we know that tangent theta is y over x, so that's 2 over negative 2 square root of 3, and so that's 1 over negative square root of 3, and if I rationalize the denominator, I get tangent theta is negative square root of 3 over 3. Alright, now you can look this up on the unit circle and everything, and that's fine, but I think it's better if you can understand how to find this angle using reference angles. So we need to find our reference angle, which is right here. And remember, your reference angle is always measured off the x-axis. And so to find our reference angle, let's see. Let's do red here. Okay, so I'm going to label my reference angle with the subscript r. And we know that the reference angle is equal to the positive of this. So that equals positive square root of 3 over 3. So this tells me that my reference angle, well, the tangent of what is square root of 3 over 3? Well, that's 30 degrees. Okay, so this is my reference angle, and I'm going to use that to find theta. So theta is equal to what? Well, 180 and then minus the reference angle. See, 180 minus the 30. So that's 180 minus 30 degrees, which is 150 degrees. And so my polar coordinates would be r, which is 4, and theta, which is 150. Okay. Now they want us to give two pairs. There's several pairs you can give that, and they're all correct. Okay. So let's do this. Instead of having r be positive, let's do r as negative. So, well, let's just look at this point real quick. So 450 degrees. So that means I would go out 4 units in the positive direction and then rotate 150 degrees to get to this point here. Well, with this one, I would go -4. Okay, so I would go 4 units in the negative direction, and then I have to rotate to get to this point. Well, how much did I rotate? 30 degrees. Okay, but notice when you rotate in a counterclockwise direction, your angle's positive. But what did I do? I rotated in a clockwise direction, so that means it would be -30 degrees, and both of these are correct. Which one do you use? Well, if they tell you to give two pair, you can give these. And there's other options also. Uh, Typically, I like to just do this one where r is positive and my angle's positive between 0 and 360. Alright, so hopefully this helped. Give me a like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.